YouTube, we are about to slide a fifth wheel. Tubiest of the tubiest. That's you. And I'm 50 plus, and my plus one.
How you doing?
So we are on the downside. More likely than not, we'll have to do another 34. And we're gonna take all the load here in Lancaster. And then we're going to pick up a load that's going to take us to California. From California, we're going to go back to Salt Lake. And I'll be a betting he's only going to have about 2 days of driving when we get there to complete 200 hours. So, one thing we've covered scaling a few times, right? So you got scaling down, right?
I do.
All right. So, and let's take a look. I don't know if you get. Look at that. I hope that turned out right for you guys, okay? So, we've already, of course, scaled the load because you can see we got a scale ticket. And this load is good. It was 74,000 pounds. That's our gross total. So, we were only about 40,000 pounds. And so, when we have a load that's 40,000 pounds, we're going to do what with the two axles, the tandems? What are we going to do?
We're going to slide them forward and backwards.
Right, and then what would we stop? Remember, I showed you a point where we would stop to, when you got 40,000 pounds, it's pretty much going to get you where you need to be, and that is where?
Between right between the axles.
Yeah, and where you going to put there?
We're going to put there is usually a marker point.
Correct.
And you can put it right in the center between the two axles.
Exactly, and that marker point is the 40-foot mark. There's going to be a 40-foot mark. The yellow 40-foot mark is for the bridge marker for going into California. And by the way, the load that we're going to go pick up is going to be 40,000 pounds, and we have to be before that. Our axle has to be either right under it or ahead of that 40-foot marker, right?
That's right.
But at 40,000 pounds, we know that if we split that, more likely than not, we're going to be really close if we're already not legal, right? And we did it with this one, and we were really good, okay? But what we're going to do is go through the motions as if we were heavy, okay? So on the trailer tandems, we only got 29,920, so that's way under. And then 33,200 on the drives, which is still 800 under, and 11,540 on the steers. Well, of course, it's still under. So we would have to slide the fifth wheel if we can't distribute enough weight between the trailer tandems and the drives to get them both below 34,000, okay? So what we would do is get the trailer tandems legal at 34,000, maybe 33,800 something, you know, 33,900 something, whatever it is going to be right below the 34,000, okay? So we actually are putting more weight on the drives at that point. And if the drives are over, let's say our drives are over, you know, 400 pounds too much, okay? We can't move it to the trailer because it will make the trailer too heavy, correct?
Yes, sir.
So the only thing we can do is move it to the steers. And for that, we're going to move the fifth wheel. On the trailer tandems, when we move the trailer tandems, Each one of those holes represents how many pounds?
250 pounds?
Exactly, exactly. And so the fifth wheel also has holes in it, okay, to move forward and backward. And each one of those holes will be 500 pounds, okay? So if we only needed to move 400 pounds of weight, we're only going to go one hole, okay? And in order to put the weight on the steers, we have to move the fifth wheel towards where we want the weight to go, which means we're going to move it towards the steers. If the steers was heavy, of course we would slide it the other way, and just enough to accomplish the goal. What we don't want to do is slide it too far, because you're taking so much at one time, 200 to 500 pounds each time, see? Okay? So, we're going to slide our newest vehicle. This is a 2020, and other than the Volvo and the owner-operator, I mean, not owner-operated, but the lease-operated trucks, Kenworth, along with the Volvo. So the Kenworth lease-op trucks, some of them, and the Volvos still have an air dump, okay? And what would happen is you would stay coupled to the trailer, and then you would use the air dump. You would let the landing gears down till the landing gears are on the ground, and then you would use the dump, and you would lower the back of the tractor. And the goal is to get some slack between the apron of the trailer and the top of your fifth wheel, so they're not really touching, but the kingpin is still in place. So that way when you move forward or backward, it will slide the fifth wheel, okay? All right, so the newer trucks, they don't have the air dump. And I made a video earlier about sliding it, and I had a hell of a time, because that was the first time I tried to slide the fifth wheel in a truck with no air dump, and it was not fun. So this video is going to cover sliding it with no air dump. And basically what we're going to do is uncouple. Okay, we're going to slide out from under it. We're going to lower the trailer and pull out from under it, and then we're going to manually slide the fifth wheel. Okay, now the only other way to do it is, well, there's other ways, but the traditional way, leaving it coupled, would mean that you would have to crank and crank and crank and crank and crank on the landing gears to lift the trailer up off of the tractor. Okay, the problem with that is you're going to have to be cranking a long time, because as you know, when you back under the trailer, the back of the tractor is going to sink down a little bit. So as you're cranking, you got to compensate for all of that, plus lift the tractor up off. And the airbags are going to keep trying to compensate for that. Okay, so that's a lot of cranking, right? So I found the easiest way is to just drop the trailer. You already got the landing gears down. Just disconnect. Just disconnect and pull out from under it and slide the fifth wheel, lock it back in place, and then get back under your load. Okay? So that's the procedure. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and we're going to uncouple. And when we uncouple, you guys will watch us move that fifth wheel. Ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. All right. All right, there's our fifth wheel, okay? And if my shadow doesn't take it all the way, those are the holes, okay? And you see right here, those two are locks. Those pins are locked in, okay? Those are just like the ones that are round and in the trailer, okay? All right, so what we want to do is move it forward one hole, okay? But we can mark which hole we want to split, okay? And we can mark it with, see if I can get this in there. This is a chalk pen, and this is the one. We just make a little, make some mark there, okay? Good enough. Good enough. So we know which one we're gonna go to because it's got our little mark. If I get my camera right, there's a little mark that we made. So we're gonna split that, okay? Got them? And then that will mean we went up one hole, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so what we're gonna do is release those pins, and we're gonna release them on the inside of the truck. Come on. All right, so this button right here is the lock for that slide, okay? And it's air, so we're gonna have to, we'll try to see if the tank's got enough in it. If not, we're gonna start the truck up and then push that and let those pins go inside, okay? So I'll go out there and I'll put the camera on it while you trigger that. And then that way YouTube can see those pins slide in, okay? Got it? All right, let's go to the other side. We heard it, but I believe we only heard one side. Look. So we're in on this side, but not on the other side. There it went. All right. All right, so while you're in there and you push the little button, they'll slid in on the other side, but they didn't slide in on this side. So all you have to do is grab the handle here and kind of jostle the fifth wheel a little bit until those pins pop in. They're spring loaded to go in there. Air pushes them out. Air sets the lock, which pushes them out. Okay. All right. So now we need to slide the fifth wheel forward one hole. Okay. So two ways that I've done it. One is I just put my hands on the forks there and pushed it with my hands. If it gets a little hard, then you can use your the handle on your broom to push it forward, okay? But it's really easy. It slides pretty easy, okay? So just why don't you stand back here just a little bit and hold the camera, and I'll move it. All right, so we can just take this, stick it in between the frame, and see how I just slid? Okay? Okay, now we're only gonna go one hole, okay? So since we're only gonna go one hole, that should do it. You would go inside right now and push that button again, and it's gonna release those levers, okay? Okay, and then we would come back here, we would push it some more until the springs popped out. All right? Now, I don't have to do that because I don't want my fifth wheel all the way forward, but I want to know if you understand the process now. Because all you would do is just go push that button to release them. Okay? So what we're going to do is pull back. And I got to go this way. Scoot it back a little bit. spot back here to push. And that did it. It's there now. Okay, so doesn't take much. Okay, it doesn't take much. You can also use a longer pry bar to give you some more leverage to move it. But you see how easy it slid forward with just this little rod? If you'd have stayed coupled, oh my God, it'd take you forever to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it back in place. Go the other way. That's it. That's it. Shut off. Come on. All right. So what you did just then was push that button to release the springs, and I saw it did it. The little piston moved. So now we got to do is move it until those things pop back in. And we do it the same way as we moved it forward. We just jostle it a little bit until they pop in, and then you're done. And you can scooch back under there, okay?
Sounds good.
Got it?
Got it.
Super simple. All right, everybody, it's nighttime now. We actually finished sliding the tandem, and then we went and took us some showers and ate a little bit. Now I'm gonna get ready to upload the video, and I realized I didn't actually complete the video, so I'm completing it now. So sliding that tandem, the tandem, it's the fifth wheel, I'm sorry. It's not hard to do, but it's easier if you have a leverage bar like a pry bar or something. I used my tire thumper, but those things slide fairly easy, and it's easier to do it disconnected like we did. So one of these days I'll make a really nice video of that, but I wanted you all to see me go through it with my students. So there you have it, and your boot so that I can finish eating and enjoy the rest of my night. Here we go.
Hi, this is Autumn, and I'm a recruiter here at Swift Transportation, and I would love to help you get your trucking career started. Please give me a call on the contact information that is going to display at the end of this video. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and then there's also a cell phone number you can text or that you can call if for after hours. I look forward to speaking with you. Just please make sure that you contact me before you do any inquiries online or call Swift at all. That way I can make sure that you are taken care of and I'm your recruiter.